Sometimes the moment hits after everyone else has gone home. It's 11:40 at night, in an office high above the street, and you turn an old notebook page with 2 fingers, like you're looking for the person who wrote it. The motion lights begin to fade row by row. The city reflects in the black window. The air conditioner keeps running, steady and tired, like it never got the memo that the day is over. And the question is not, did I make it? It's, why does making it feel like I left someone behind? What you may be feeling is the quiet identity gap that can open when your life starts matching the goal, but your inner world has not caught up to it. In this video, I'll walk through why that happens, how it can show up, and one small way to sit with it without turning it into a problem to solve right away. Making it often sounds clear from the outside. More money, more respect, a better title, a room people take seriously, fewer explanations, fewer people doubting you before you even begin. But on the inside, it can feel less clean. It can feel like standing in the middle of something you fought for, while quietly wondering where your softer parts went. The person who used to laugh easily, the person who had time to wander, the person who could want something without turning it into a plan. You may still be grateful. You may still understand why the work mattered. You may still look at your life and know there are things here that once felt very far away. But gratitude does not always erase loss. Sometimes, getting what you wanted comes with a strange kind of silence. Not because the goal was wrong. Not because success is empty for everyone, but because the process may have asked for more of you than you realized while you were busy surviving it. One common reason is that ambition can train you to become useful before you feel whole. At first, it may begin as focus. You learn to be sharp, prepared, available, and hard to shake. Then, over time, the parts of you that do not help the climb get pushed to the side. You stop bringing up small joys, old hobbies, slow mornings, and unfinished thoughts because they do not seem to belong in the room. So one night, you look at an old note in your handwriting and feel confused by how simple your once used to sound. It can begin quietly when the reward keeps arriving through performance. Maybe people praised you most when you were composed, productive, and hard to read. Maybe the world responded better when you looked like you had no doubt, no tiredness, no personal weather. After a while, it can feel safer to keep offering that version, even in rooms where nobody asked for it. So you become the person who can handle every late call, every tough decision, every clean answer, while something private waits in the background without a place to sit. There's also a quieter reason. Once your life changes, some relationships start reflecting an older version of you, while others only know the polished one. That split can feel lonely in a way that is hard to explain. Around old friends, you may feel slightly distant because they remember who you were before all this pressure. Around new people, you may feel unseen because they only meet the finished surface. You can be surrounded by contacts, clients, teams, and messages, and still feel like no one is standing near the full story. So the success feels real, but the belonging feels thin. It's late in that high office, and the desk is too clean for how much has happened there. The notebook is open to a page from years ago. Not a strategy page, not a revenue target, just a few messy lines about wanting freedom, wanting space, wanting to build something that felt like yours. You read it once, then again. The city outside looks expensive and quiet. On the glass, your reflection sits over the skyline, almost like 2 images placed on top of each other. The person in the chair, the person in the old handwriting. You remember how hungry you were then, how everything felt urgent, how each small win felt like proof that you were getting closer. And in many ways, you were. But your thumb stays on the page because something about it feels painful. Not dramatic, just precise. You did not fail the dream. You reached parts of it. That is what makes the feeling harder to name. If you've been there, you're not strange. You might know someone who lives like this. This can be what making it feels like when the outside says arrival, but the inside is still looking for home. It does not always come as a breakdown. Sometimes it arrives as one quiet pause after midnight, when the room is empty enough for the old question to return. Who did I become in order to get here? That question can feel heavy because it holds 2 truths at once. You can be proud of what you built, and still miss who you were before everything became measured. You can enjoy the view, and still feel a little far from yourself inside it. You can be respected by many people, and still long for one place where you do not perform being fine. A small way to meet this feeling is to separate the achievement from the identity. Not in a big dramatic way, just on paper, maybe even in the same notebook. One page can hold what you built, the clients, the risks, the years, the skill, the pressure you carried. Another page can hold what still feels like you outside the result, the music you return to, the person who makes you softer, the kind of morning that reminds you your life is not only a project. This works because the mind often blends success with selfhood until it feels like stepping away from performance means losing everything. Writing both pages can make the picture wider. The achievement is real. The person underneath is real too. It may also help to let one small part of the old you re-enter the week without explaining itself. Maybe it is leaving the office 10 minutes earlier once. Maybe it is calling someone who knew you before the title. Maybe it is putting the notebook in your bag instead of locking it back in the drawer. Nothing grand. Nothing that turns into a new productivity ritual. Just one ordinary action that is not for the image, the numbers, or the role. Because sometimes the ache is not asking you to abandon what you built. It is asking for a little evidence that you still exist inside it. That the climb did not erase the person who started walking. That the life you made can hold more than the version of you that looks impressive from a distance. And there's something else here that often goes unnamed. The pain of making it can come from realizing that arrival is not the same as peace. A goal can change your address, your schedule, your bank account, your reputation. But it may not automatically bring back the parts of you that learned to stay quiet on the way up. That can feel unfair at first. You may think, after all this work, there would be a clear feeling of relief. A moment where everything settles. Sometimes there is relief. Sometimes there is pride. Sometimes there is a clean, bright second where you look around and think, yes, this is what I wanted. But life often keeps moving after that second. Emails keep coming. People keep asking. The next decision waits. The next risk appears. And the person inside the role may still be sitting there, hoping someone notices they are tired in a very specific way. This is for people who look successful from the outside, but keep asking who they became to get there. If making it feels like losing yourself, it may not mean the dream was false. It may mean the path was narrow for too long. It may mean some parts of you stayed behind because there was no room for them in survival mode. They may not be gone. They may just be waiting for a quieter room, an old notebook page, and enough honesty to say, I got here, and I'm still learning how to arrive as myself.